That was a nice little spin out there. What is going on? This is AlTone, and welcome to another day of my speed runs with the PoorBoys RC and the MF01X chassis 2024 Speedrun Challenge. Did I get all of that in there? Okay, so this is my second time recording this because the first one, even without the speed runs, was an 11-minute long video, and I think that's probably a little bit too long. So I said I'd just re-record this. So in this video, yes, I have maxed out or beat my PB from last week, and I'm going to share. I've been sharing only my fastest run every single time I go out. This video and probably the next couple, I'll share a little bit more of that experience with you. I'll probably share my top 2 runs because my top 2 runs today actually beat my run from last week, which is fantastic. Now, let me tell you a little bit before we go there about what I've done to this car. Totally. And you've already known this if you've watched any of my other videos. I started off with putting bearings in this car. I did not worry about the washers. I knew that from my, MO3? Tamiya MO3, which is the only other Tamyia vehicle that I owned. From what I learned from that, I went ahead and changed the bearings out in this guy, went ahead and put shocks on it, oil-filled shocks, and I upgraded the motor immediately. Since we started, I've upgraded my motor. I actually this week took the front end apart and locked the differential. My receiver, which was Velcroed down, is now double-sided, 3M double-sided taped in place, which I believe is helping the gyro because I believe it was a little bit wobbly, shaking around before as the car was driving because of the hook and loop for Velcro. My Velcro's here, of course, for the performance analyzer. That's where that sits. The only other thing that I have done, mentioned I locked the diff, and I actually glued the tires because the tires were coming off the wheels. And I assumed that they were glued before, but evidently not. So I went ahead and I glued these tires on. These tires are rubber, but I think they're a little bit too hard. It's sliding around, and you're going to see a nice little, this guy skating around a little bit in this video. So it's a very good possibility that I'm not getting full traction in my speed run. I may be spinning tires almost the entire run. Outside of that, I haven't really done anything. Between the 2 runs, I believe the first run, my mesh was a little bit too tight, so I loosened up my mesh and ended up picking up a little bit more speed, which was great. And then my battery, so it's a good possibility I could have beat that, but my last run, I dropped back down to 37 miles an hour, and so my battery had basically had it. So what that tells me is with that, and I upgraded my battery too since I started. So what that tells me is I can basically do about 6 to 8 passes with this car before I have to swap the battery out. I've only been using 1 battery at a time, charging up 1 battery, going out and running it, and then coming back home. Now I'm going to charge 2 batteries. So while I'm out there, I can put another battery in and try to get another run. But outside of that, that's basically it. That's everything. One thing I'm going to tell you too, and I say this, Phil with an F, F-I-L. If you don't know this, know that Phil's name starts with an F and not a PH. All right? Phil, thank you. I said it. I'm going to thank you in every single video, and I mean it. Thank you so much for putting on this speedrun challenge. Even though I basically just met you this year, even though I was following the speedrun challenge from last year, I really appreciate it. I actually tried to do my own speedrun challenge during that time frame. Couldn't keep up, so I don't know how you do it. But because of that, I've got a bug now. I've got to do speed runs. And most of my cars, look here, I've got an MJX. This thing is awesome. It's a beast. And then I've got this one from DRC, which is also a beast. I did a speed run in the video. If you've been on the channel, you may have seen it. All of these have Velcro here because I put the DNSS on all of them. Because of that bug that I now have, and the support I'm also getting from Radiolink, I really appreciate Radiolink. I actually have another receiver for another car that I'll be working on. Because of all of that, I plan on putting a new playlist on my channel, on this channel, and that playlist is going to be dedicated towards speed runs. Right now, I want to beat my PB. I don't care what vehicle it is. Right now, currently, I believe my PB, personal PB for any RC car is about 45 miles an hour. Now, I was hoping that this one would beat it, but it hasn't gotten there yet. We'll see. And that PB was with the DRC H16E that me and Steve from Team Junkyard Dog were doing speed run. We did our own little speed run challenge. He beat me. Last run is at 52 miles an hour. But that's that. But I'm going to do that. Here on this channel, I'm going to do one dedicated to speed runs for RC cars on my channel. You know, if you've watched, I'm into RC planes. I've got a bunch of them. I built my fastest plane, I think, which is the Flurkin that I built back there. I want to say 55 to 60 miles an hour was my top speed on that plane. I know it'll go faster. I'm really not in the air trying to go fast, not necessarily. But if you want to see that, then go to Creative AlTone here on YouTube, and you can see some of the planes that I'm building, stuff I'm working on there. But I'm going to dedicate a playlist to doing nothing but speed runs. And I'll drop another secret for you. I also have a roller coming. Phil, you got me started. And I'm also eyeballing another Tamyia vehicle that looks like my son's car. And just to tell you, it kind of looks like this, because my son's got he's got the Toyota Corolla CR, I can't remember, it's a seriously limited edition Corolla. He's got the rally vehicle. He owns it. And there's a body, a Tamyia car with, I believe it's the same body. I'm contemplating getting that, but we'll see. And then doing the same thing, speed runs, see what I can do with it. So, with that being said, talked a lot. Let's get to the speed runs. I really appreciate you stopping by and watching this with me, and hanging out with me and seeing what I'm up to, and just having fun with this vehicle. You know, I've just had a lot of fun so far. So thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. And like I said, let's get to the speed runs. Not exactly sure why, but for some reason when I get stuck at a speed, I can't seem to do anything about it. So we got 12 satellites, start, track and start, stop, read, we're at 0 again, and make sure we can see that, and then back, and then we're bumping, and she's reading, track and start. Hey, how you doing? Good, all right. Let's see, did we get started? Doesn't look like it. So let's start again. She is reading. And track, start, stop, read, 0. Track, start. It's getting a little busy around here now. Let's see if we need to adjust our steering trim a little bit too. No, she's tracking pretty straight, so we're good there. Nice wide turn, nothing there. Go ahead and make another run for it. See if we get. Good. Held that speed longer, I believe, this time. So okay. She's tracking very straight now. And I guess the gyro is actually doing a good job now that I've She was wiggling a little bit in the back. All right. So, is she still reading? Yes, she is. Come on, come on. Give me better than 37. So what we need is better than 37. So read 38 miles an hour. We got 1 mile an hour faster, just maybe because of the way I held the speed for longer. I held the throttle for a little bit longer. Well, I mean, we're inching up. So I'm gonna try to make this one official. Let's go ahead and take a look at the car again, and then we'll go back in the studio, and then I'll show how it is that I got there. So let's go ahead and do this first. All right, so let's go ahead and take everything off, and here we go. Somehow I got 1 more mile an hour out of it, and I'm not even sure what's going on there. So spin the car around, turn this guy off for now. We may start him back up again in a minute. Same battery, exact same battery. So we are running, and I pull that out of here so I can pull that out. Same 6600 milliamp hour 2S LiPo 120C. I don't think that 120C is actually mattering very much, to be honest. It's not doing much for me. And then of course we're still running, oops, here we go. We're still running brushless. Excuse me. We're still running brushed. We're still running a brushed motor. I keep mixing up the brush and brushless, not mixing them up. I know the difference. It's just that I'm so used to looking for brushless RC cars to run because I know usually they're faster. But this one actually is, the way it sits is actually faster than many of the other cars that I've been running. Okay, out for another run. We're gonna try this again. Track, start, stop, read, 0, track, start. And she is reading a little bit, and we're gonna try another run. There's a lot of gravel out here, so that may or may not be affecting how straight she goes, but the gyro seems to be helping. Here we go. Okay, let's turn her around and come back. Try to go as far as I can. Are you kidding me? We gotta make her walk of shame. I didn't mean to go that far. She's in the grass. It's kind of hard to tell how far it was. So this is gonna be a little bit longer because I'm still gonna make another trip back and forth. Nothing coming. I was trying to get right on the edge, and so I can give it a full run all the way back. Let's see where this person's gonna go. All right. I couldn't get her out of the grass. She sits too low. All right. Okay, we're gonna run it right down while we're walking. We're gonna bring her back again. That was a nice little spin out there. Nothing else coming? She's sliding all over the place now. Not exactly sure why. And bring her back to me. Couple of runs back and forth. Let's see how we did. Stop. Did we beat 38? 39 miles an hour. Man, 39. Alrighty. Let's try to make this official. 39 miles an hour. We did get a little bit more out of it. And so we don't lose this as an official run. Even after all that walking, here we are. So, still brushed motor. Everything else is the same. GNSS is still in the car, and we are running the same battery. We'll turn this guy off. That'll give the motor time to cool. Pop this off. Take this out, and we are running the same 2S. 66 milliamp hour LiPo with 120C. I don't think that 120C really means much, just to be honest. So there you go. And I'm gonna have to check to see how much battery we have left and see. So I haven't done much to the car other than lock the front diff, adjusted my my mesh. I think my mesh was too tight before, so I adjusted the mesh, and my receiver is actually 3M taped down at this point, so it is not moving, which is allowing the gyro to actually function better. So she's not jumping all over the place like she was before. And what else? Said I locked the diff and I glued the tires, and that's basically it. So this is my new PB. It's 39. I want to break 40. I want to break 40. So we're gonna have to see if we can do that here in the near future. So it is nice to see. It's nice to have that that 39 mile an hour run. I'm really happy with that. So there we go.